एवरेस्ट से भी एकदम जोश आता है। और थैंक यू। आपको बताऊं, आप लोग अगर ऐसे बकअप करें ना मुझे, तो शायद एवरेस्ट से ऊपर भी कोई और पहाड़ होता, वो भी मैं चढ़ जाती। थैंक यू, थैंक यू। बहुत अच्छा लगता है, बहुत अच्छा लगता है। जब मैं हॉस्पिटल के बेड में थी, जब मैंने ये डिसीजन लिया था, जब मैंने तय किया था कि मुझे माउंटेनिंग करना है, लोग मुझे पागल और सनकी मुझे बोलते थे। आज की डेट में जो मुझे पागल और सनकी लोग मुझे बोलते, मुझे बहुत खुशी होती है। क्यों? क्योंकि मुझे पागलपन का मतलब समझ में आ गया है। आप समझ लीजिए, जिस दिन आपके गोल के प्रति लोग आपको पागल बोलना शुरू कर दे, उसी दिन आप समझ लीजिए आपका गोल आपके बहुत करीब है। कोई रोक नहीं सकता है, कोई नहीं रोक सकता है। मैं हूं पागल, मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, मैं हूं पागल। आप इतिहास उठा करके देख लीजिए, जब जब जिस जिस पर ये समाज हंसा है, उसी उसी ने एक इतिहास भी रचा, वो भी एक इतिहास है।
Friends, this was a speech by Arunima Sinha, and as you saw, she seemed to be a very happy person. But the fact is, as you know, she has gone through a massive tragedy, a tragedy which more or less killed her. Arunima was an Indian volleyball player, and in 2011, she was traveling by train from Lucknow to Delhi to appear for an interview of the paramilitary forces. In the train, four robbers wanted to snatch her gold chain, and when she refused to part with it, they got desperate, and in that desperation, they threw her out of the train. Unfortunately, at that very moment, yet another train was running on the parallel tracks. So she collided at a massive speed with that train and then hit the ground violently. She lost one leg and her entire body suffered countless injuries. She spent months in various hospitals. She had to wear a prosthetic leg to be able to walk around, and doctors told her that it may take her many years before she could even walk normally ever again. However, in spite of such a life shattering event, as you saw her in the video clip, she seemed to be anything but sad or gloomy. In fact, she seems to have forgotten about her injuries and misfortune. And in fact, she is so positive about life that she motivates even the normal people with her energy and positive attitude. It was this energy and positive attitude which helped her become the first female amputee to climb Mount Everest in 2013. So, how come today Arunima is so happy in spite of having faced such a tragedy? And the answer is it is because of hedonic adaptation. The hedonic adaptation, which is also known as hedonic treadmill, is the observed tendency of us human beings to quickly return to a relatively stable level of happiness in spite of we having gone through some major positive or negative events. Here, this must be mentioned that it is not to discredit Arunima for her courage and positive attitude and for her never say die spirit. Not at all. She definitely deserves all the credit for focusing on really huge goals and then striving to achieve them. But at the same time, this human tendency to overcome extremely tragic memories helped her. And this tendency did not just help her, it helps every human being ultimately overcome a tragedy or a misfortune and helps one to return to some baseline level of happiness. Malala Yousafzai was shot by Taliban in Swat Valley simply because she wanted to go to school. She was showered with bullets. It took her more than a year in hospitals around the world to get her cured. But today, she seems to be as happy as she was ever before that unfortunate event. In our own country, Lakshmi Agrawal was attacked by acid throwers in 2005 when she was just 15 years old. She did not want to marry a man, and that man threw acid on her face. In this attack, her face and other body parts were disfigured badly, and those scars are visible even today. But in spite of such a tragedy, she seems to be extremely content in her daily life. Again, credit goes to all these courageous ladies for their never say die spirit. But again, their happiness bounce back was partly due to the same hedonic adaptation. Hedonic adaptation is a tendency because of which a person after going through some traumatic event and after a subsequent increase in negative feelings, returns to a relatively stable and baseline level of happiness. But the sad news is that the opposite is also true. After a subsequent increase in positive feelings, a person returns to a relatively stable baseline level of happiness. In other words, if something good happens in your life and makes you happy, that happiness subsides after some time, and you almost forget about that fantastic gain and that beautiful event. That's why 1 year after a person wins a 1 crore rupees lottery, he doesn't feel way too happy due to winning of the lottery compared to the happiness level before winning that lottery. Many studies have proven this point again and again. A 1978 study compared 22 lotto winners to 22 control group members who did not win any money and to 29 people who were paralyzed in accidents. After some time gap, in general, the lottery winners reported that they were happier than the paraplegics and the quadriplegics, and they scored a 4 out of 5 points. But they were not significantly different from those who did not win the lottery. Those people averaged 3.82 points out of 5. So, winning the lottery did not make them extremely happy in the long run. Similarly, the paraplegics and quadriplegics were sad initially, but they adapted to new realities of life, and then they were pretty much okay with that. Goes without saying, the lottery win does not guarantee a long-term happiness if you are not happy already. Winners mostly report ending up about as happy as they were before winning the lottery. Similarly, you may have some friend or a relative who was really desperate to get married to a particular girl. He spent endless hours trying to meet her, date her, please her, and propose to her. And then, after struggling for many years, he finally succeeded in marrying her. But then, somehow a couple of years later, he did not seem particularly happy. And then, after a couple of years, he actually seemed to be fed up of the same marriage. Similarly, we all know about Abhinav Bindra, India's only individual Olympics gold medalist to this day. He achieved an extremely rare success, and we can be sure that that happiness must have been with him for some time. But if you go and talk to him today, that effect may be behind him. He will not be dancing about that victory anymore. By now, his happiness level may have returned back to his baseline level, and today he would be happy or sad according to a whole new set of events. The term hedonic treadmill was coined by Canadian psychologist Philip Brickman and US psychologist Donald Campbell way back in 1971. And according to them, it happens because we are good at adapting to any circumstances over time. No matter what it is that makes us happy, we can get bored of it after a while. Psychologist Robert Puff says our happiness apparatus works like a kind of thermostat. Some of us have our thermostat set to happy level. Some are set to depressed level. Meanwhile, others are somewhere in between. When we experience a major event, say winning the lottery or becoming paralyzed, our thermostat may temporarily swing up or down, but over time it returns to its usual setting. So, what can we learn from hedonic adaptation? Well, the best lesson is that we should not ceaselessly crave about a new car or a new iPhone or a particular holiday trip. We must remember that even if we get them, our happiness will eventually fall back to our baseline level. An equally important lesson is to remember that whatever crisis we are going through right now will eventually pass, and that in the long run, soon enough, we'll be more or less as happy as we were before that crisis. So we should not be too worried about the hard times, and we should remember the old sayings, this too shall pass, and what is hard to endure is sweet to remember. And let us also remember the dialogue of Madhuri Dixit in Devdas.
हर दुख आने वाली सुख की चिट्ठी होती है देव बाबू, और हर नुकसान होने वाले फायदे का इशारा.
So friends, this was a brief introduction to hedonic adaptation. I hope that this will help you to deal with the stressful moments in your life in a better way. In the next episode, we will discuss yet another topic important for our personal and professional growth. So please don't miss it. Until then, keep learning, keep sharpening your skills, and keep improving your life.